Okay. So, I'm going to be doing a tutorial for Fragile by Laufey. Someone asked, so I'm going to do it. Um, this is a song that doesn't have any bar chords, so you don't need a nylon string guitar necessarily. You can use a steel string for this one. Um, there is a bossa pattern that is used throughout, so although this song doesn't have that many chords, it is challenging to play the pattern at the same time that you are singing and changing the chords. So I'm going to teach you the pattern first before we go into the chords, but I'm going to give you some information about the guitar first. So, a guitar is numbered from string 6 to string 1. The thickest string at the top is string 6. The thinnest string at the bottom is string 1. These spaces here are called frets, and then these dots are called fret markers. They're marked on frets 3, 5, 7, 9, skips 11, and goes to 12. So that's the guitar. Before we get into the chords, I'm going to give you the pattern. So I'm just going to speak in terms of 1 and 2, 1 being your thumb, and 2 being the other 3 fingers that will be plucking at like alternatively, like they'll be alternating. So it'll be like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. So, before we add sound, go ahead and take your right hand and just kind of like grab the whole, like all the strings, just mute them. And so you'll know that they're muted because they'll sound like this instead of ringing out. That means they're muted. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb and it's going to go on string 5. You're going to skip string 4. You're going to skip string 6. You're going to skip string 1. You're going to take your index fingers going on string 3. Actually, just kidding. What did I say? Why did I say skip string 4? That's so funny. You're skipping strings 6 and 1. I'm thinking about the future. You're going to skip string 4 in the future. But yeah, you're skipping strings 6 and 1, and your thumb is on string 5. Your index, middle, ring finger are on strings 4, 3, and 2. So this 1, 2 pattern that I was talking about. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. Okay. So, yeah, that's the pattern. So you have to keep that in mind while you're doing this. Also, this song is like an F minor, and I moved it down a whole step, which remember a whole step is 2 frets. I moved it from F on the 8th fret down to E flat minor on the 6th fret. So that's where I'm going to play the song from. If you're a purist and you need to play it in the original key like the recording, then now you know it's an F minor. On fret 8. You can just slide everything up a whole step. So we're going to start on fret 6. You're going to skip string 6. You're going to put your middle finger on string 5. You're going to put your ring finger on string 3. You're going to put your pinky finger on string 2. You're going to, on fret 4, put your index finger on string 4. So you still end up playing the 4 inner strings. You're only playing strings 4, 3, and 2. 5, 4, 3, and 2. And your finger placement for your other hand are going to be in the same place when we were practicing the pattern at the beginning. So it's going to be 5, 5, string 5, and you're hitting strings 4, 3, and 2. That's if you're not pressing very lightly on the strings for your left hand. You can still get that mute. But when you press down, this is when you get the chord, which is the E flat minor 9. So then, similar chord, you're going from an E flat minor 9 to an E flat minor 6 9. So what you're going to do is you're going to move only your middle finger and your ring finger to 2 new strings. So you're going to move your ring finger from string 3 on the 6th fret up to string 5. Then on fret 5, you're going to take your middle finger and it's going to go on string 3. So your ring finger goes from string 3 to string 5 on the 6th fret, and your middle finger goes from string 5 on the 6th fret, it goes down to the 5th fret on string 3. So this sound is the first one, this sound is the second one. So you're doing this pattern in between switching. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 switch. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 switch. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 switch. 1 2 1 2 1 1 2 1 1 2 switch. Now this chord progression between these two chords happens in the beginning of the song, it happens the first half of the verses, and it happens in between the first verse and the second, in between the first chorus and the second verse, and then it's the chord progression that vamps as the song is ending as well. So that is the first part. Then, after you do that, then you go back to the E flat minor 9, which is the first chord. Then you go here to an A flat 13. So for this chord, you're going to take your index finger on fret 4, string 6. You're going to also on fret 4, you're going to skip string 5 and you're going to put your middle finger on string 4. On fret 5, you're going to put your ring finger on string 3, and on fret 6, you're taking your pinky finger and you're going to put it on string 2. We are skipping strings 5 and 1. If you want to, you can lay down your pinky on the fret 6 on and let it lay down and hold basically strings 2 and 1, so they don't sound like this. But for the song, if I did do that, it was probably just for some kind of effect for a moment, but like the structure of this part of the verse and this progression in the chorus as well, you don't need to press that top string. So you're going to mute strings 5 and 1, and you're only playing on strings 6, 4, 3, and 2. So it goes like this. The next chord is a D flat major 7. Remember when I don't know if I said if there was no bar chords. I think I misspoke. There are bar chords. There's one. You don't have to play it this way though. So let's see if it's something you can hop into. I can teach you both ways, honestly. First, if you have a nylon string guitar, or if you don't mind practicing a bar chord, you're going to bar. I mean, and this is a bar chord, but it's like you're having a little bit of help. Like it's not that bad because you've got all these other strings holding it down, but anyway, this is if you have a nylon string and you're like comfortable playing this chord. So basically you're going to take your index finger and you're going to bar all 6 strings on the 4th fret. Then on fret 6, you're going to take your ring finger, it's going to be on string 4. On the 2nd string, that's where you're going to put your pinky, which is also still on fret 6. Then on fret 5, you're going to take your middle finger and that's going to go on string 3. So all that together, and even though your index finger is barring all of the strings on fret 4, you're still only playing strings 5, 4, 3, and 2. You can use like a bass note thing, or like some accent on the top on string 1 if you want, but you're still only playing these 4 strings. So that's for nylon. If you have nylon, and you still want to learn this other version of this chord or variation of this chord, or if you have a steel string and you don't want to play a bar chord, or you're still learning how to get comfortable playing a bar chord, this is a D flat major 7, but this alternative chord is a D flat major 9. And I know in the video I did this one, but they sound similar, and it's not going to lose the essence of the song, in my opinion. So this chord is on fret 4 as well. You're putting your middle finger this time on string 5. Also on fret 4, you are taking your ring finger on string 2. On fret 3, you are taking your index finger on string 4. And on fret 5, you are taking your pinky finger on string 3. Hope that wasn't confusing. Fret 3 is index finger on string 4. Fret 4 is middle finger on 5th string, ring finger on 2nd string, and fret 5 is pinky finger on string 3. So it'll sound like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2. That's the D flat major 9. That's not a barred chord, or this chord. And then the next chord is a D diminished chord. So this chord is on the 5th fret, and you're going to take your middle finger on string 5, you're going to take your ring finger on the 6th fret on string 4, you're going to take also on the 6th fret your pinky finger on string 2, and on fret 4, you're going to take your index finger, it's going to be on string 3. So once again, fret 5, middle finger on string 5, fret 6, ring finger on string 4, pinky finger on string 2, also fret 6, fret 4, index finger or pointer finger on string 3. And you're still playing these 4 internal strings, 5, 4, 3, 2. You are not playing string 6, and you are also skipping string 1. So it sounds like this. And for this chord, right before the chorus, she picks from string 5 to 2. Then you go back to the pattern. And for the chorus, the only difference between the chorus and the verse is it doesn't do that E flat minor 9 to E flat minor 6, 9 in the beginning. It literally just plays the second half of the verse chords over and over, which is E flat minor 9 to A flat 13, D flat major 7 or D flat major 9 to a D diminished, over and over again. So the soft candle glow, the music so slow, your skin on my skin, the room is spinning. I want to do the chord now. I'm missing you, I shouldn't be, I've lost all sensitivity or sensibility. Ooh, I've never been so fragile. Yeah. So that's the whole video. That's the whole song, really. I would say, let's see. I did one alternative chord in this song that I could show you. And basically this chord would just come in when you do like a repeated chorus. So you go through the whole chorus. So typically you would go from here, the D flat major 7, to the diminished chord. But instead of doing that, instead of going to the D diminished, you're gonna go to, it's like a B flat 7 flat 9. And basically you're incorporating strings you're holding down with open strings. So, and you're still playing those 4 internal strings, 5, 4, 3, 2. This is going to be on the 1st fret. You're going to take your middle, you're going to skip string 6. You're going to take your middle finger on string 5. You're going to leave strings 4, 2, and 4 and 2 open, and then you're going to take your ring finger on string 3. This is all on fret 1, and then you're just going to play again strings 5, 4, 3, 2. So after this part, I'm missing you, I shouldn't be there. Na, 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 na. It's kind of like a turnaround to go back into the chorus again for a second time. And I put my own words here as well. I said that night we spent still haunting me, something of that nature. And then you go back for a second chorus. Yeah. So that's it. That's the whole structure of the song. I hope that it wasn't confusing for you. And I'm looking forward to like seeing people cover this, or at least one person, especially with that whole pattern happening. Yeah, let me know what your experience is with like incorporating that picking pattern with like transitioning between the chords and also singing at the same time. And if you do it in the original key, you're a boss because it's higher. And also, you're a boss if you sing it low. Like, there's no competition. But let me know how it goes for you. If you have any questions, let me know, and I will do my best to answer them.